Hi, I'm Kelly LaPesca, the Northeast Council PTA's Hospitality Chair, and I am back today to give you some tips and tricks for wrapping presents. Now, I know a lot of us choose to wrap presents for our teachers as a special help and thank you at this crazy time of year. But I've heard from some of you that have said that they need help. They don't know what to do in wrapping a present. So I'm going to give you some really easy ideas that will make your presents sparkle and shine and bring that special touch of holiday cheer. So first, I'm going to just start with this little cute little thing. A lot of it is about scale. So to make a present, super joyful. So I just took, this is an actual gift that I'm giving to one of my son's girlfriend. And I chose just a simple, fun wrapping paper so that way it actually hides if you have any kind of imperfections, that when there's a pattern, you don't notice that as well. The other thing, you always want to make sure that you have a gift tag so that we know who it's to. Make sure that your gift tag is taped on there so that it doesn't fall off, so that there's no confusion. But I'm going to show you, I have another box just the same size for her, that I'm going to show you what I did. So the first thing is you need to measure. So I'm going to kind of angle this here. Okay. So never throw out those little scraps of paper that you might have left over from other gifts, because those are great for these tiny little gifts. So I'm going to see if this one will fit. So perfect. Okay. Now you'll notice that my edges are not perfect on both of the sides. So what you'll do is you will, here, let me get that in a good spot. You will, you take your tape, get that ready so that you can have that nice tight crease. Whichever side is less pretty, that's the one you want to put down first. So I'm just going to kind of center that there, and then always make sure that you rub your tape so that it's less visible. Then you fold over your other side, and you try to fold it as tight as you can. Okay, and again, I'm pressing that so that the tape is somewhat hidden. Okay, now I'm going to get my next few pieces of tape. Now you notice this is really kind of long. So you have your choice. You can either fold it and fold it over, but I like to trim it a little bit. When you trim it, you go down here and make sure that it's just about to the edge of the box. That way you make sure that you don't trim it too short, because then you will get into the trouble of having to try and cover it up, and then it takes that much longer to wrap your present. So here we go. Okay, so it's not perfect, but that's okay, because this is going to be folded. Let's see if I can do this backwards so that you can see what I'm doing. So you want to fold this like this, okay? And then you fold over. You're creasing it each time so that it really has a nice finish to it, okay? So go like that, and then go like that. Now I'm not taping that yet so that I can work on my other side. Now, as you can see, that one is too long as well. So I'm going to trim that one too real quick. And again, you want to really make sure that it is not going to be too short, because otherwise you end up trying to splice. It's not fun. Now, the reason I did that is now I can go like this, and it's way easier to see what you're doing. So there's that, and see, it's ready to go, ready for my tape. So I'm going to take that first piece of tape, and again, rub that in. And now my other side is already folded. I just need to press it down with the tape. So there we've got our basic wrapped package. Now, with the bow, you can choose a lot of different options. You can have a matching one. I always love a little bit of contrast, so I would choose a gold. Now, this is another thing for anybody who hates waste and just gets frustrated with all the wrapping paper that is thrown out. Now, obviously, when you unwrap a present, you can unwrap it carefully, but I love using these fabric bows with the wire ribbon, because look, it'll take whatever shape you put it in. This is your friend. This is going to make any present look fantastic. So again, and this is also great for anybody who would love for their husbands to maybe make a present or two of theirs extra pretty, then wire ribbon is their friend too. So, and I speak from experience. I have 4 sons and a husband who they have many wonderful qualities. However, wrapping a present they've had to have a little bit of education on that. So I am measuring this. Now you'll notice I'm measuring it kind of long. I'll go like that so you can kind of see. So you do your trimming, okay? And then you just tie a bow. And obviously, I hope that all of you know how to tie, but I'm just gonna go here. I'm just tying. Now, when you tie it, turn it. And then that way, if you don't have a helper with you to hold down your bow, you can go like this and then feed it through. The other trick is do an extra loop through, pull it tight and turn it. And look, I'm not even holding onto it and it's staying. So that's another trick that if you don't have somebody helping you wrap presents, then you can get it to stay. I actually learned that trick. I was a dresser for a kabuki theater when I was in college, and when they tied the obis around the kimonos, that's a trick that they use. So I figured, hey, if it works for the Japanese, it'll work for wrapping presents. Okay, so here is that, and I'm going to just puff this out. So you'll see I'm just unrolling this after I squeezed it. Okay. All right, unrolling that, pulling it tight. Now I like my ends a little bit longer, so I just pulled them back out and I re-puffed it, and good to go. You always want to remember that gift tag. So this is also for Isa from the Lepescas. Okay, that handwritten little touch is also something that is always appreciated. Just that one extra thing that you can do. And then you just pop that in there and your present is good to go. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to a different kind of present. Now, I love to give books, and one of, I can't show this to him now, but one of my sons asked for this for his Christmas present. So I'm gonna show you how to wrap a book. And then also, another thing is sometimes men, you know, they don't get as excited as we do about wrapping presents. Now, I won't say that all men don't get excited about a wrap present, but for my guys, I found like this wonderful muted color so that way, you know, it's a little more masculine and they don't feel like, you know, it's all girly. So I'm going to just real quick measure. Now you'll see I have this kind of to the side so that when I know that that is just not going to be too long, so they won't have to trim. And then I'm just going to cut this like this. Okay, now, again, you'll see my cutting is not perfect, but that's okay because no one's going to see that. Here's a great trick for books. Now, a lot of times a book, you don't want to put tape on the cover. So I will just tuck in one side like that, fold it nicely, okay, like that so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, now you can keep going over or you can trim it. I'm going to keep going over just so that it's extra tight and doesn't slip out. So I'm going to fold that over and then really give that a tug. And as I'm holding that, there we go. So now it's ready. Now, this has no tape securing it on the inside, so you do want to make sure that you're careful when you are doing your folding on your book. Okay. There is one part. Now this, because I did not trim it, it's a little thicker, so I need a couple pieces of tape. But again, you just rub that in so that it's not as visible. Put it around to your other side. You guys are helping me by doing this video. I'm getting some of my wrapping done early. Now, here's a problem that sometimes we have. Do you see how it didn't line up? And I said, don't worry about that. Just fold over that little extra piece, and then you can work on folding over the rest. And making sure you can still see what I'm doing. Now, if you want to camouflage some of that, that's where your ribbon comes in handy. I'm going to give that a couple of things. Okay, so you really want to try and rub that in. Okay, so there, we're ready to go. Now, I said before it's about scale. You want to make sure that your bow, whatever you choose, is big enough for your present. This one is pretty small, so I would choose something a little bit bigger. And being that this is for one of my sons, I'm going to choose a ribbon that is a little bit more plain. This is not a wired ribbon, but a thick ribbon will give you that same effect that a wired ribbon will. Now this I'm going to do on the diagonal. For some reason I love doing this for men. So you're going to just kind of, don't cut until you're ready. So I'm just looping it like that, and then coming over here and looking, okay, that's pretty close. So I'm gonna trim that. Okay. And then we are going to do that same trick, because I don't have a helper here. And pull and twist. Okay, look, see I left and it's still staying pretty well. Now most people aren't going to just leave it like that, but I did that so that I could show you that it really does help. Okay, then we always make sure when you're tying your bow that, let me go so you can see. When I pull that, you'll see one side is shorter. Whichever side is shorter, make that your first loop. Okay. There we go. See, all primped up, and then you just trim. The angle always just looks really pretty. You can keep it straight if you want, but the angle is also another way to hide if it's not perfectly straight. And then again, don't forget your gift tag. Now, I was showing you some that you can handwrite like that. A lot of us get these in the mail from various organizations that you can donate to. So these are awesome for using for your gift wrap, and then you're not spending any additional money. So we have to Erin from Mom and Dad. There we go. To Erin from Mom and Dad. Now, another touch that I have done sometimes, which you want to make sure that when everybody's cleaning up all their trash that you save these. Hobby Lobby has these wonderful little picks that, like when you're creating wreaths or gift baskets, that you can take these and just kind of add that in, and you would tape this down, but it just kind of adds that extra cute little thing. Not a whole lot of time, but I'm not going to put that on this one. Just wanted to show you that. If you were like, forget all of this, I'm a gift bag person, and that's okay. Gift bags are a wonderful tool, and again, these you can use over and over. So if you are somebody who just can't stand the thought of having a gift shredded and having something that, that you use for, enjoy for just a short amount of time, gift bags can be used over and over. The key is always make sure that you have fresh tissue paper. So you get your tissue paper, and there's even a lot of people who struggle with how much tissue paper they should use. And even though we are in the age of minimalism, when it comes to gift wrapping and tissue paper, less is not more. More is more. So if you are short on tissue paper, then you want to make sure that you fold it in half, and then you kind of take that little, like here in the middle, and then you just insert it at the top of your gift. Now that's one, so if you only have one, you want to kind of center it, okay? If you have more than that though, grab another one. So I kind of go to the center, make kind of like a ghost, pinch it, turn it upside down, go like that. So you've got like this little thing here. and then put that in. And then if you even have a different color, you could put that in the center, and that would look, you know, a third piece. 2 is good, but a third, let me see if I have in my bag of tricks here. I do not, but just to show you what it would look like if you threw like a third color in there, it just kind of, you know, gives you that effect. So that's an easy way to do a gift bag. And a gift bag, you can also attach one of those little picks like that to add and make it just, you know, a little extra special. Don't forget your gift tag, whether you use your sticker or whether you use a box, then those will all help you. But I hope these tips and tricks help you in your quest to wrap presents. Stay tuned for more tips throughout the year, and I hope you have a very, very happy holiday season, and let's ring in 2021 with lots of joy. Bye-bye.